Johnson from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Kansas City Chiefs and the New York Giants. Fielded in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. They'll run for the first time with Clyde Edwards-Helaire. He's got a first down past the 30. And finally brought down at the 31-yard line. The CD, I mean, there are touchdown runs, and then there are touchdown runs, and that one certainly fell into the latter category, and that deserves a couple exclamation points.
And that's why he's one of the best running backs in the game today, because this run combined all the elements. Started with patience, and he was just waiting for the right lane to materialize. Then once he saw it, he used his speed and escapability in tandem and turned this into a tremendous play.
Right back to Edwards-Helaire on first down. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
And we do talk a lot about how the tight end position has changed in the NFL. Here's a great example. It used to be that they were linemen who occasionally caught passes. Now they're wide receivers who occasionally block people. And right here, this isn't tight end speed. It's definitely wide receiver speed.
And the next-gen stats show him reaching at a top speed of 20 miles an hour. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Now a carry for Edwards-Helaire. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Clyde Edwards-Helaire. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs take it right down and score on the opening drive. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good.
Giants, nothing. Harrison Butker to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Off the play fake, he'll set up to throw it. And oh, right away, he lost the football. And I think the Chiefs have it, they do. Partner, on my spot sheets, I highlighted turnover margin because we remember they turned it over 4 times last week. So another one here in the first quarter. This isn't the way they want to go.
No, not even close, and it's not something they even imagine, because the amount of time that we know that they spend in practice talking about what they need to get done, working on it, showing them how to take care of the football, and emphasizing what it means in terms of winning. They got to just be puzzled right now that they're not taking care of the ball better.
He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
Not the kind of gain that we'll go absolutely crazy for, but it's the kind of gain that you need to have when you're running back in the NFL. And Clyde Edwards-Helaire, with that low center of gravity and strength, he's going to get those tough, gritty yards for you when necessary.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. Working from the gun, Mahomes. That's complete right around the 8. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. They get only a yard there. Now it's 3rd and goal.
And that's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Credit the Giants defense that time in pass coverage. 4th down. So they opted to pass for it on 3rd and goal. Let's see what they do on 4th and goal.
Well, I think they threw it with the idea that if they didn't get it, they would go for it on 4th and goal. So they got another play in their pocket. They're going to have to call it right now. No field goal here.
So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
After the field goal, here's Butker to kick it away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive with a little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
On 2nd down, Cottrell. And he'll take this close to a 1st down. The Chiefs 35.
That's how you get first. That's the 35-yard line.
Off-play action. Jones. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, he'll definitely say that that's one he should have held on to. But when you're playing in elements like this, sometimes those bullet passes, those ones with a little bit of pace on them, they can be difficult to hold on to.
Now Jones throwing again on 2nd and 10. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Juan Thornhill. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Mahomes will try again on 2nd down. And a first hookup with his all-pro tight end, Rob Gronkowski. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. They'll run. It's Edwards-Helaire. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Looking for Kelsey there, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. Pass the... And now off to the races down the right right side. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Giants touchdown.
We constantly talk about defenders having great vision and being able to see plays unfold and make their own plays. But you also have to have good feel as well, because you can't see everything out there. See the play unfold, feel what's going on, and then get to the right spot and make your own play. And in this case, it turned out to be a highlight one.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously cost one.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last one didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
So the drive takes them into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 47. They'll run here with Edwards-Helaire. They'll get only a couple down to the 44.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
The 20. And he will finally be taken down at the Giants' 6-yard line. A big pickup of 38. So 3 plays already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. 10-6 the score after 1 right here on EA Sports. They'll run with Edwards-Helaire. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5.
And a nice job defensively to keep him out of the end zone. He's trying to get a 2nd touchdown already in the 1st half.
They had that one earlier, was bidding for a 2nd. And the ball smacked down on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Now they'll throw with Mahomes. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Travis Kelce, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run, and he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this carries into the end zone, and he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
Took just 1 play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. Off the play fake, Jones. And this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. 22 more yards there and another 1st down. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 35-yard line. Seven yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
And a lot of times, these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
This is caught, and they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A really nice gain of 25 yards. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. operating from the gun. Jones to the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to A.J. Brown that time, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
Throwing Jones, rolling to his right. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Daniel Jones, touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Giants able to get this back within a touchdown. And this time he gets it to go as it is up and good.
That's the score. Chiefs 17. Giants 13.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. The throw over the middle taken in, and they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards, a first down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Mahomes now to throw. Man open, that's Byron Pringle complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 11 more on that one, and another first down.
First down, Chiefs.
For one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 47-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Here's Edwards-Helaire. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
It's 3rd down.
Throwing now is Mahomes. Buying time to his left. He may try and run for this. And the tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of the first. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And this will be a long field goal if the skies were clear. But here in the rain and the elements, they'll go for it on 4th. They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. He is going to find Hill here. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead.
I think you can make a fair case for Tyreek Hill being the most explosive player in the NFL when he gets his hands on the football, and that was Exhibit A.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
And if you're looking for proof of his speed, Next Gen Stats shows that he was traveling just over 21 miles an hour there.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive...
And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack. Brian Burns able to record his 5th sack of the season. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Well, as we get ready for 3rd down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on 2nd down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down here on 3rd and long.
Jones throwing on 3rd and long.
Jones in trouble here, and down he goes.
Brian Burns in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And the Giants send out their punter now. Tyreek Hill back deep for Kansas City. And taken at the 46. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And the Chiefs will have excellent field position here as they take over. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
He's brought down at the 39-yard line. A 7-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and...
Now here's Mahomes.
He'll find his running back, Edwards-Helaire.
Now another timeout called for by the offense, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1.
And it's 3rd down.
The last catch took him 2 yards in the wrong direction, so now what can they do on 3rd? Here's Mahomes to throw. That one complete to Hill.
And he will have a Chiefs 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion. This will be caught at about the 5. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half.
Brings up 2nd and 1 at the 5-yard line.
From the 5 now, 2nd and a yard.
And again, it's Mahomes. He's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs. Mecole Hardman in the final seconds of the first half. And the Chiefs add on to their lead.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. Here's Dante Pettis on the return. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half.
Fields it in the middle of the end zone.
And all deep in his own territory. He coughs up the football. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And that has to be so frustrating because you know that they had something set up there for this first drive of the second half. It wasn't the fumble.
Sometimes no matter what you go over at halftime, no matter what you say, errors will result, and that's exactly what happened here. They were trying to change things from what happened in the first half. Instead,
and he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Clyde Edwards-Helaire with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
Taken in the end zone. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means...
And the Chiefs are going to get him. Frank Clark able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
And that's his second sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
Mike, check, 59. Let's go.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Jones. And got his man complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. From the gun, Jones. Catch made by Slayton. Yeah, he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory, down at the 31.
It was a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities.
Jones in trouble here, and down he goes.
Brian Burns, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Another try after the first down sack. Jones finds his tight end Ingram. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a gain of 34. Here's Jones. From the gun, he'll throw to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
On 2nd down now, Cottrell, and he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Giants are able to draw a bit closer. Gano for the extra point. And that 18.
Makes the score Chiefs 38, Giants 20.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. Here's Edwards-Helaire as they will start on the ground. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Mahomes going to throw. Pressure comes, and down he goes. Leonard Williams in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Boy, he came in off the edge so quickly there.
Look out, because that's exactly what it was being shouted by the offensive lineman to his quarterback, because he had no chance to block him.
On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Jones. And that's a touchdown, but hold on. There is a flag down on the field. We'll have to see what this is about. So erase the red zone score. They'll have to dial that one up again.
And you know how difficult it is to strike in the red zone because things are a little bit more condensed. You got to go back to their play chart and see if they can dial up another one.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Jones into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Jeremy Chin picks it off. And this one will be brought back to the 22. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense. Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Well, I tell you what, when you get a running back who can move like that in the open field, that's something to take advantage of, and they certainly did there. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. On 1st down, Mahomes. Caught, Kelsey, left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
And the 1st down, Chiefs.
Now Mahomes gets this one to Hill. 20! And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
Takes this about 5 yards deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it any.
And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. Brian Burns make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Jones, he's going deep for Brown. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive.
Well, we saw that they had a lot of success last week throwing the football, but that hasn't translated to this week. But with his team behind, I don't expect him to back off. I expect him to keep firing.
Facing this big first-half deficit, they keep the field goal unit on the sideline. They're going for it. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And Ingram hauls it in. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A gain of 26 and a conversion there as well on 4th down. Jones has just thrown his 3rd interception. Picked off by Bashaud Breeland. And they will take over at the 29. Yard line.
Their own 29-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Back now here at MetLife Stadium. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. Oh, the ball is out. Edwards-Helaire lost it. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes...
And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown. A.J. Brown, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Giants take advantage of the turnover to put up 6. It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. Jones now operating from the gun. Steps away to his left. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion. Caught in the end zone. And that cuts the lead a bit further.
Giants 28.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Fielded in the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
25-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. I'm sure the message as they come out onto the field was, hey, take care of the football, because the fumble last possession led to a touchdown. Still a 3-score game, though.
you don't want things to start to snowball. You know, one error leads to another, which leads to another, and then all of a sudden you're fighting for your life down the stretch instead of finishing the game in style, which is what they're trying to do on this drive.
Yeah, it would be a pretty amazing comeback, but we've seen crazier things happen in the National Football League.
We certainly have.
Now a toss left side for Edwards-Helaire.
And not much there at all. He's up only to about the 16-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
The Chiefs on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Complete. The tight end, Kelsey. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34. Here's the Chiefs punter now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the fourth quarter. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return, and it'll be Giant football 1st and 10.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Watkins, the intended receiver, and now it's 2nd down. Off play action. Jones. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
The Giants on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 10. He's going deep for Brown. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 46. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And down inside the 15 he goes. First down for the Chiefs. Solid chunk of yardage. 17 on the play. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
On 2nd down, a run with Edwards-Helaire. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
And it's 3rd down.
third down. Here's Edwards-Helaire. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal.
Well, I don't think there's any question, Brandon, at this stage. The stop troops, the defensive guys, they've got to use their 3 timeouts here. They've got to stop them and get the ball back.
Yeah, if you're in that 2, and he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Chiefs use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now. No question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. Yeah, what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. Pettis now on the return. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Open receiver, that's Caden Smith, the tight end. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains. Now Jones off the play fake. Man open left side is Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. To throw again, Jones. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Let's go, man. Big series right here. We got to step it up. Lunch 59. Lunch 59.
Jones to throw on third down. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Darius Slayton, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Giants are able to cut into this lead. Here's Jones. From the gun, he'll throw. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Juan Thornhill.
It's interesting that when it comes to 2-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. Short kick. One of the up men will take it now. Now a hit and a loose football. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. On first down, nothing opening up really on the running play. Give him maybe a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop. 1:50 left in the football game. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys they've got it going today.
Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. 35 yards that time on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
At their own 21.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory.
And now here is another interception. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
And they'll take a knee as the clock ticks down toward 50 seconds to go. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Mahomes down to a knee, and that should just about write a finish to this one. Here's the Chiefs punter now as he's on to kick it away. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Kansas City, they move back over 500 at 3-2 now on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Cleveland to take on the Browns. Meanwhile, for the Giants, they'll fall to 1-4 with a loss.
And they will be back home next week for a date with Washington.
So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.